Hey guys, Lauren Ron here. I'm your day reporter and I'm going to bring you Planet Ron. Ron, you always have a busy week. What was on your agenda this week?
Well, last week I spent most of it teaching the commercial property boot camp in Chicago, and we had a great one too, man. We had a great one. I had a little trouble getting them to bring prospects into class. I had a few on the first day. Despite my efforts to get them on a call and beat them and prod them to bring them in, however, when they saw what we were doing with those leads on the first day, then they went home that night and had a bunch more come back the second day and the third day. And we got them right off of loopnet.com and a couple other websites. I mean, they sit home in their underwear and they bring in these leads. So then we processed these leads in class. And before I left, we had 4, 5, 6 letters of intent already out in the field. We're waiting for them to come back. In other words, 6 front-end offers, not the full offer yet, but the letter of intent is the first thing you send out with a commercial. And then when you get that squared away and you have the major terms ironed out, then you go to a contract. So we had 6 of those out from deals that really looked good, and a whole bunch more that were being worked before we even left. So in fact, I remember the numbers. Altogether we had 51 properties that were brought in by students. About 20 of those were just a worthless waste of time that we junked immediately because they didn't have enough information on them. They just didn't have but a few facts. And then out of the 31 remaining, there was 11 good prospects out of that pile, 6 of which LOIs are already out on. And we're going to do some deals out of that pile. So it was a killer event. And I don't know when I'm going to do that event. We don't have it on the schedule again. But guys, next time you see me do a commercial property event, if you want to get into the big leagues without using your money or credit, keep on the lookout for it. I'll do one next year, maybe in the center of the year. I'm not sure yet. But that's where I spent most of my
Tell me what you ate.
What I ate?
I know, yeah, because you went
Obviously
to this
way too much.
Oh. No, Ron went to this amazing restaurant.
Oh, I did.
We heard all about it.
Oh, I did.
Tell me about that.
The largest restaurant that I've ever seen, and probably the largest in the country, is in Wheeling, Illinois. And it's Bob Chin's. This guy is 88 years old. I took a video with him. I think
we're going to send you this video right after this
clip.
clip.
This guy's he's 88 years old. He's had this restaurant for 30 years. This guy serves 3,000 meals a day.
Good God.
He sets 900 seats in this restaurant. They go through something like 2,000 pounds of butter a week. And they cut their own fish. They took us down in the basement for a tour of the restaurant. And they got 2 monstrous salmon down there, and they cut their own meat right there on the site. They make their own mojitos. In fact, they ship food all over the world. I didn't know this place existed. I was at commercial boot camp for 4 nights. I ate at Bob Chin's 3 of them.
I heard.
Why not? I got to know Bob, my best buddy now, and I learned a lot about it. But this guy is a great success story. He built this thing from scratch. 30 years in the making. He's added on to it 2 or 3 times. If you ever get up near Chicago, guys, you got to go to Wheeling, and just for the experience, you got to go to Bob Chin's and take a look around. I mean, you're not going in there for the decorations, and the food's good. It's not killer, but it's good. But it's just I've never seen a restaurant like this before, and I being a restaurateur, I'm very interested when I see the cool things that some of these restaurants do. I'm not going to tell you what this thing grosses, but I did find that out, and I'm telling you it's many times more than I've ever seen any restaurant gross.
Really?
And they're down. They've been through a couple of down years, but even in their down year, he's doing very well. In fact, his comment was my kids, all they ever complain about is, did I buy them the brand newest Mercedes or not? So.
For them.
For them. So anyway, Bob Chin, great guy, great restaurant. So we went there a lot.
Keep a lookout. I'm going to attach his video that he recorded in Chicago right after this.
All right.
Okay. All right. Bob is 88 years old. He's had this restaurant for 30 years, and this is what the biggest restaurant in the United States. Busiest restaurant in the United States. How many seats do you have here?
Including the bars, 900.
900 seats in this place.
Parking was 700 cars.
Wow. Serves 3,000 meals a day. Broke a record on Mother's Day.
4,700.
4,700 meals in one day. That's a lot of food coming out of it.